So basically, what Oliver Taza did in this match was always going forward. As you're going to see, his knee, his right knee, it's always like on knee slice position, and he tries to go through his guard of Hugh, and he's changing angles only one or twice when Hugh is bringing the leg or foot swipe over on his armpit, and he gets to the armpit and goes around in a form of leg drag. But he's quite quick in this and very flexible, so he reacts very well in it. So what I would have done differently, that doesn't mean I'm better than Oliver Taza in no ways, okay? I'm just suggesting what I believe that would be better. So from here, he was playing the Z guard here, and Oliver, you'll see his knee is always pointing forward. So he's kind of trying to pass, moving forward. As you're gonna see, he's trying to control the wrist. Okay, maybe he would do like some sort of crazy dog knee slice to pass whatever, or to grab his head, but that wasn't possible except of one time that he grabbed his head, but then he wasn't successful. ZQ had his frames here, so it was quite difficult for him to do any stuff to get inside. He was, once you're gonna see that his head was leaning forward, so that he put some pressure, but his knees, they're always pointing forward. What I would have done differently would be, I would try to do two different angles. First angle would be to stretch my right leg here and make my hip heavy while I'm controlling the bottom knee. And then just, you see on the frames, I'm rolling my shoulder on his frame here. Then I would bring this knee here, and I would expect him to try to recover by stretching his left leg, and then I would close the distance and go chest to chest. The second thing, very fast, would be again, not pointing my knee towards him here and beating the frames. What I do, I would just try to beat, to go for the body lock, creating some reaction, like pushing down, and the moment I see that he's reacting and opening his knee, opening this knee from that direction, I would just push it back and bring my shoulder, my left shoulder towards this hip here, and then just walking and going chest to chest. Maybe if he was playing high shield, lift his leg here, you see, pushing, creating the reaction and bringing this shoulder towards this hip, and then beating the knee line for the body lock. So here, creating the distance and going here. This is like changing the angle of attack. So instead of here, I would push, create the reaction with the frames, create the reactions, and then I would go like bam, bringing my shoulder and then beating his knee line and going here. Basically, I wouldn't have pushed forward with the knee pointing at him. I would have either opened the knee behind his butt, or I would have just sprawled my hip, beating both legs. And of course, it's easier to tell than to do because we're talking about two high skill level fighters.